I wanted to do a real quick video of 5 tools that I think every mountain biker should own. If you're new to mountain biking, these are 5 tools that I would pick up first. If you've been in mountain biking for quite a while and you don't have one of these tools, I recommend picking them up because it will make your life a little bit easier. As usual, everybody's gonna have to have a pump. I've had this pump for at least 8, 9, maybe 10 years. It's been a great pump. It's got a dual head on it. This will fit Presta and Schrader valves. That's one of the most important things to look for when looking at a pump. Make sure that the head can fit both type of valves out there. My kids' bikes and my wife's bike, they use Schrader standard valve, kind of like what you see on car tires or lawnmowers or whatever type of equipment you have. But then the Presta, which is what you see in a lot of the road bikes, cyclocross bikes, pretty much any name brand mountain bike that you buy from a bike shop, they're going to use the Presta valves. So get yourself a good pump. This one's nice because it's got a high volume, high pressure switch. So if you're airing up road bike tires, it's really quick. And if you're airing up mountain bike tires, it'll just throw in a lot of volume instead of just high pressure. So get you one of these. The next thing is, depending on what type of mountain bike you have, you may have air suspension. If you do, pick up one of these little pumps that are designed to air up your shock and your fork. These are designed for extremely high pressure. They have a threaded little end here that threads onto the actual valve inside the fork or on the shock itself. Most of them can go up to like 300 PSI. This one's really old. These things last forever. This one is at least 10 years old. It's got a little bit of rust on it, but this thing is still working great. And I believe these things are only about 25, 30 bucks. Really good thing to have on hand, because if you're gonna have a suspension that's gonna use air, it's gonna lose air, you're gonna need to air it up. Also, if you have a dropper post that requires air, it may need to have air put in it every once in a while. You're not gonna be able to do that with just a regular pump. You're gonna need a shock pump to be able to do that. So pick up one of these, highly recommended. This is extremely inexpensive. You can get these little cable cutters on Amazon for about anywhere between $8 to $12. You don't need to have park tools of everything unless you're going to be working on your stuff all the time. I have cut mini cable housings with these. Really handy, because if you've ever cut a cable housing for like your shifting cables, they're very, very thick and tough because they actually have wire, like a metal lining on the inside. And with this, it gives you a lot of good leverage and snips right through them cleanly. That way you're not damaging the actual housing itself. So pick up a pair of these if you plan on doing any maintenance yourself. The next thing is pick up a pair of these. This is actually, they call them a bike hand. I don't know if that's the brand. This is just a generic brand that I got off of Amazon. These will open up the quick link that you have on your chain. So if your chain came with a quick link or a speed link, whatever you want to call them, they're hard to get on and off. But with this particular set, this one will just remove the quick links. So you basically will put this on the quick link and squeeze it, and it pops it together so you can pull the chain apart. You can degrease your chain. You can do all kinds of other maintenance on them. Now, if you spend a little bit more money, you can get them to where they actually go in reverse, and they can help you close the quick link back on the bike. These just strictly open it, and they have worked really well. This little guy is awesome. It's something that I carry in my camelback whenever I go biking. It's got a 4mm Allen key, 5mm, and a 6mm Allen key on it. And it's just really handy. It's nice because you can get lots of good leverage whenever you're using it. And it's pretty small, pretty compact. Almost all of the bolts on your bike are going to be within this range. 4, 5, or 6. You're gonna have a few that are gonna be 8. You're probably gonna get some that are gonna be a little bit bigger if you're dealing with the crank set. But most of the stuff that when you're on a ride comes loose, like maybe like your seat or something on your handlebars, or say you crashed and your bars got kind of moved sideways. With this tool, you'll be able to get enough leverage and be able to tighten the bolts back or loosen them back up to readjust it. These things are really cool and they're super cheap. I think they're around $5 on Amazon. And I've used this one for years, and they're just super handy to have on hand. I like them better than a multi-tool because you've got that leverage. So yeah, these are the 5 tools. Little 3-way Allen key, speed link, quick link remover, cable cutters, pump for your fork and shock, and then a good pump to pump up your tires. These are the 5 tools that I recommend that you start with. There is a whole bunch of other tools that you can actually go out and buy that are very handy, but these are the ones that I seem to be using a lot over the years. Yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know if you use any of these tools or you have them, or if you plan on buying them. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, get out there, run, bike, build, and just have fun. We'll see you in the next one.